Good evening, everyone. How's it going? Spartan Alphazulu here, bringing you another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. So I don't have the combo breakdown yet. I'm still kind of working on it. So I'm bringing you two battles that I got just recorded. One of them, the first match against Scraps. Looking at his team, Tapu Fini, Mega Mawile, Greninja, Magnezone. It is a very intimidating team. So let's see how this goes, and let's get ready to rock and roll. I'm going to go ahead and start off with, as you can guess, you saw him in my team. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Machamp. And he's going to start off with that Garchomp to go ahead and try and get his entry hazards out early, or just maybe an attacking lead Garchomp. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and I meant to go for the Dynamic Punch, but you know how when your finger kind of slips and it accidentally hits on Stone Edge? Yeah, that's what happened. So Stone Edge not doing anything to Garchomp because my finger slipped. I meant to do Dynamic Punch, which I should have gone for Ice Punch, but I don't know if Ice Punch would OHKO. So, oh well, I ended up accidentally going for the Stone Edge, and now he's going to switch into Tapu Fini, and Machamp's not going to do anything to a Tapu Fini. So now I went for the Ice Punch. Tapu Fini's just going to laugh at it, because Tapu Fini is awesome. Tapu Fini was my last Pokemon in the Pokemon Breakdown, so y'all know how awesome Tapu Fini can be. And so now I'm going to switch. I don't want to lose Machamp just yet because I am going to keep Machamp here to counter that Ash's Greninja. Because Machamp kind of does counter Ash's Greninja. Moonblast on Superior here, and it's not going to do too much, but it gives me the attack buff because of Contrary. So that's awesome. I love when that happens. Anyways, as I was saying, an extra sentry from a Protein Greninja does not OHKO Machamp. An extra sentry from a Battle Bond Greninja, which I know you don't see a lot of Battle Bond Greninjas with extra sentry, but it will not OHKO Machamp, and that's because they hold choice specs. So Machamp, really kind of all around, is a decent way to deal with Ash's Greninja or with Greninja in general. You do still kind of got to be careful because physical Greninjas can deal a lot of damage to Machamp, and Machamp can't take a lot of physical attacks. Excuse me. Anyways, back to the match. Magnezone is going to get switched in. Flash Cannon coming in on Superior, and Superior takes it, putting me at 27 health. And Hidden Power Fire is going to deal a crap ton of damage to the Magnezone, but it will not take it out despite that special attack buff that Tapu Fini handed me. But I was able to get it below 50% health, and Magnezone is a Pokemon you definitely do not want to see, especially if you have Steel types. That Magnet Pool making it the Steel Killer that it is. Flash Cannon against Machamp, and Machamp is just going to flex at it, not having to worry about it at all. And now he's going to go ahead and switch because I'm going to go ahead and go for the Dynamic Punch. He's not going to want to lose Magnezone just yet, and he's going to bring Tapu Fini back out, which that's not going to do anything with Tapu Fini. It's not even going to confuse it because of Tapu Fini's Misty Terrain, protecting it from status inducers. But I see this coming, switching out, going back into my Superior to corner this Tapu Fini and put it in a tight spot again. And sometimes you gotta gamble with that, a switch for a switch. I switched Machamp in, knowing he was gonna switch back out to Tapu Fini, not wanting to take a Dynamic Punch and lose Magnezone. Sometimes you gotta play it like that, guys, and sometimes it doesn't pan out. And when it doesn't, you just keep the match going. Switching out Tapu Fini, not wanting to take a Leaf Storm to the face and bringing in Mawile, raising my attack thanks to the Contrary, and Leaf Storm coming in, actually dealing a very significant amount of damage to Mega Mawile, putting it around 50% health. And I don't want to get Sucker Punch to the face, and Leftovers is kind of just slowly bringing Superior back into the game here. So I'm making good on it, even though it was in the red. Now it's slowly creeping back up into the green. I'm going to switch Superior out because I don't want to lose it to Sucker Punch, bringing in Lando and lowering that attack with the Intimidate. He's going to go ahead and Mega Evolve, going probably for the Sucker Punch here. I can't remember. If he went for the Sucker Punch, I did a very good move. If he didn't go for the Sucker Punch, that's going to kind of suck because I could have probably taken it out. Whoop! He went for the Sucker Punch, so good move. I didn't want to lose Superior there. Now I kind of got a free turn. He's going to go ahead and switch, not wanting to lose Mawile to the Earthquake. And, I mean, I'm not dumb. You don't leave Mawile in. Oh, damn! He used U-turn, coming in and getting me some pivot tempo going, dealing a very good amount of damage to that Garchomp. A rough skin, though, rearing its ugly face, and then the Rocky Helmet to freaking deal some very good damage to my Landorus. God, that set is so stupid. I love it, but I hate it. Bringing in Tapu Koko against Garchomp. And we're going to see how this plays out. This is my Specs Tapu Koko, so Dazzling Gleam, Hidden Power Ice. I went ahead and went for the Dazzling Gleam in case he tried to switch into something that Hidden Power Ice would just like, if he switched into anything that would just allow Hidden Power Ice. Getting the critical hit, but that crit didn't really matter there, and taking Garchomp out of the match. Magnezone is going to go ahead and come in, and Tapu Koko can't really do much to Magnezone, although Volt Switch, Thunderbolt in the electric terrain, they do deal a very impressive amount of damage. Going back into my Landorus, and I was hoping he would go for the Volt Switch here, but you know, he went for the Flash Cannon, knowing I still got a ground type, and Flash Cannon is going to deal a crap ton of damage to Landorus. And that's the bad thing about Choice Scarf Landorus. You know, his defenses just aren't anywhere near compared to Bulky Lando, and that's just something that sucks, because Bulky Landorus can take some special attacks and some physical attacks. Whereas Choice Scarf Landorus, it's way more offensive, which, I mean, that's good. That's what you want out of it, but it's just way more offensive. Bringing in Greninja, and I'm going to go ahead. I didn't know what to switch in here, so I'm going to go ahead and give him the Ash Form. And Water Shoot again, definitely taking Landorus out of the match. But, yes, he's going to get Nash's Greninja, but I still got a healthy Machamp to deal with this Pokemon. I do not got to worry too much about it. As long as Machamp stays healthy, I can take this Ash's Greninja out. I don't got to worry about it. So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring in Machamp, because he's either going to switch or he's going to take a Dynamic Punch to the face. But he still has Tapu Fini, so he's going to switch, and he's going to bring that Tapu Fini back in, because, you know, Machamp's not doing anything to Tapu Fini anytime soon. And that's, I mean, Tapu Fini is a very good Machamp wall. It's the Machamp wall. Dynamic Punch, not dealing anything at all. Well, that's actually not bad. It's more than I thought. But the leftovers is going to, you know, put it back. So, yeah, there's that. Now I got to switch. And oh, hey, Machamp did take, oh yeah, Machamp did take damage. Oh well. Bringing in Skarmory, because I get the feeling he's going to go ahead and just, yeah, I had the feeling he was going to go for the Moonblast. Skarmory can kind of take it, even though Skarmory's not a special defensive wall. Tapu Fini can't really do much to a Skarmory. And I do know that, you know, Tapu Fini gets Taunt and Defog, but I'm going to go ahead, taking the Nature's Madness, I'm going to set up my Stealth Rocks anyway, which, thinking about it now, that was a very bad move on my part, because if he taunted, I'd have just been screwed, which that's probably what he should have done. He probably should have taunted, sticking my Skarmory and, you know, it has to, in that place where it has to attack, whereas setting up entry hazards and being able to roost. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring in Tapu Koko. I got my entry hazards up. He could either defog or taunt. I think he's going to defog. Instead, he finally goes for the taunt, which is what he should have done to begin with. So I still got my entry hazards up. Good for me. I don't got to worry about them getting defogged away, especially now, because he does not want to keep Fini in against the Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko will just wreak havoc on this Fini all day. He's going to go ahead and switch. He does not have Garchomp anymore. So no matter what he brings in, it's going to get the hell knocked out of it from a Volt Switch, coming from a Choice Specs Tapu Koko. So after Stealth Rocks damage, which that's not going to matter too much, Volt Switch coming in and definitely going to take this Mega Mawile out of the match, especially in the electric terrain. God, I freaking love Choice Specs Tapu Koko. It is just an awesome freaking Pokemon. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch back into my Superior, getting more health from the leftovers, and Superior is just back in the game here. That is just awesome. He's going to go ahead and bring in his Tapu Fini. At this point, at this point, he's kind of just, I don't want to say giving up, but he doesn't really have much. Really, he should have brought in that Ash's Greninja. It's faster than Superior. Ice Beam would have done the job, but Leaf Storm is definitely going to take this Tapu Fini out of the match. Or so I thought. Wow, that's impressive. Well, don't I look like a dumbass? So, Moonblast is going to take Superior out of the match. Wow, I did not think that Tapu Fini would have lived through that, but that's good to know. Good to know for y'all too. Yeah, Tapu Fini can live through a Leaf Storm from the Superior if it's not buffed up from, you know, the contrary boost. But anyways, this Tapu Fini ain't gonna, you know, take a Volt Switch from Tapu Koko. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the Volt Switch. He can't really switch out here. He's got Tapu Fini, he's got Greninja. I don't remember his last Pokemon, but 2 water types, both weak to electric. Yeah, not a good position here. So I'm going to go ahead and Volt Switch, getting rid of Tapu Fini finally, and bringing in Charter, the Burninator. And now he's going to bring in that Greninja. So Greninja is, you know, laughs at Mega Charizard all day, especially holding up choice specs. It really just, it's so dominant, even though that neutral damage to water, just because it gains Dragon type when it Mega Evolves. So he's not even going to use Hydro Pump. He's going to go with Surf from a choice specs Ash's Greninja, and it OHKOs Mega Charizard X. Look at that. And that's what I'm saying. Ash's Greninja is just a dominant Pokemon to watch out for, and it's why Machamp is just so awesome against it. Choice specs Surf from an Ash's Greninja, hitting Machamp, and Machamp hangs in there like the champ it is. Dynamic Punch, taking Ash's Greninja out of the match. And that is why Machamp is just awesome. And I really, Dragonite, that's the last Pokemon. I specifically saved Machamp for that Ash's Greninja. I mean, if you're not careful, Ash's Greninja can friggin' take out your entire team. So you got to be very careful with it. And I specifically saved Machamp for that Ash's Greninja so that I could take it out and get it the heck out of my life. Extreme Speed from a Dragonite definitely is going to take Machamp out of the match. But I've got a Choice Specs Tapu Koko, Hidden Power Ice, 4 times weakness, multi-skills out of there, and a goodbye Dragonite for the win. Good game, Scraps, man. That was a very good game. He's in my Discord server, guys. You know, if y'all ever want to battle, join in battle. Good game, man. Moving on to the next match against my old buddy Ryu. I felt so bad, right? I've been waking up in the morning for work, and Ryu's leaving me messages like, Alphazulu, you want to battle? Alphazulu, you want to battle? And I just felt so bad because I kept having to go to work. So finally, I think like at 6 a.m. when I woke up to check my phone, I see Alphazulu want to battle, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just muster all the energy I can and battle this guy because he's been asking. And Ryu's a very good friend of mine. So this is this is that battle where it's 6 o'clock in the morning and I just threw a team together. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with Tapu Koko. He's going to start off with his Tornadus T. And I had a Tornadus T also, and I don't use my Tornadus T that often. I use it on my rain teams. I don't really use it on regular teams. So again, I just threw this team together. He's going to go ahead and switch out. And I went ahead and I should have gone for the Volt Switch, but he had a freaking ground type, and I could not risk Volt Switching and just he switches into the ground type, and I'm just stuck. So I went with the Dazzling Gleam, but I shouldn't have, because Jirachi just came in and just tanked it. I know he's either going to Stealth Rocks or U-turn. I was hoping he would Stealth Rocks. Instead, he U-turns. I brought Heatran in, and he's going to pop my balloon, which really sucks. So now Heatran can get hit by ground types. It was a risk. It was a risk I had to take. Oh, I guess I didn't have to take. I could have left freaking Tapu Koko in and just Dazzling Gleam something, but I mean, Jirachi's got a very good move pool. So Garchomp is going to come in. I had a feeling he was going to set up his Stealth Rocks, thinking I was going to switch. So I went ahead and I set up my Stealth Rocks, knowing that he was going to set up his Stealth Rocks. So now we're just going to go ahead and get our entry hazards up and just set up our Stealth Rocks. So it's a very boring turn whenever this happens. So Stealth Rocks are up for both of us. And now the match is just kind of, both of our entry hazards are up. I got to get Heatran out here because I don't want to get Earthquake. But for some reason, he switched into Garchomp, back into Tornadus to defog almost immediately after setting up his entry hazards. So he didn't even give the entry hazards a shot there. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Superior, which that puts me in a bad position because I don't want to get Hurricane to death. Although I should have seen the defog coming. Because, he brought in Tornadus for a reason, specifically to get rid of those entry hazards. So I probably could have, I could have Leaf Stormed or done something, but then the Regenerator would have kicked in. It was a tough decision there. So I'm going to bring in Tapu Koko against this Tornadus. And sure enough, he does defog, getting rid of the entry hazards, which I'm okay with that. His entry hazards are gone, mine are gone. Back to square one. No Pokemon are taking damage on the switch. It sucks, kind of, but again, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Now I'm back in square one. Do I go for the Volt Switch? Do I go for the Dazzling Gleam? This time I go for the Volt Switch, but the thing that sucks is I don't have my Electric Terrain up. So Volt Switch from a Choice Spec Tapu Koko does deal a very good amount of damage, but if the terrain were up, it probably would have put it in the red because the electric terrain just makes that big of a difference. So I'm going to go ahead and use a Pokemon that I don't ever use, my Mega Alakazam. I decided to give him some love because he just sits in my box collecting dust. So I decided to throw him on this team and use him. And Mega Alakazam is going to go ahead and get that Searing Grace ability from the Trace ability that it gets when it Mega Evolves. And this is where I find out that his Jirachi is Choice Scarfed. Yeah, that sucks. But luckily enough, the defenses of Mega Alakazam suck, but I still live through that U-turn. So that's good on my part. Now he's going to bring in Tangrowth. And, I mean, Mega Alakazam doesn't really have much for a Tangrowth. I'm going to go ahead and Shadow Ball. And that Searing Grace, at least allowing me to lower its special defense. So there's some good stuff there. If y'all have good feedback, positive, or, you know, good feedback, good results with Mega Alakazam, please let me know, because I'm kind of just meh about him. I'm going to switch into my Tornadus T, seeing that knockoff coming. I didn't want Mega Alakazam to get knocked out of the count just yet. And he switched out his Tangrowth. I see this coming. I'm going to go ahead and U-turn on this Jirachi, and we're going to get him out of there. We're going to just get some Pivot Tempo going, and I'm going to see if I can finally take this freaking Jirachi out. Going in with Heatran, yes, I know it's Choice Scarf. I can't remember if Jirachi learns Earthquake or not, but, you know, he goes for the U-turn. So even if he can, this Jirachi definitely does not know Earthquake, because he would have taken the opportunity there to take Heatran out. Anyways, yeah, U-turn on Heatran, coming into Garchomp. Now the Pivot Tempo is on the Ryu's side, but I get my entry hazards back up at least. So if he's going to be switching a lot, he's going to take some damage here. But I'm going to go ahead and switch. I don't want to get knocked out by the Earthquake, even though I'm pretty sure he's going to set up his entry hazards. And I'm going to bring in my Superior, but he sees the switch coming from a mile away. Poison Jab, knocking the heck out of my Superior. And thankfully it does not take it out, and it does not get poisoned. So good prediction there on Ryu's part, because really, I mean, either a free switch in the Superior or taking the Earthquake was the only logical move I freaking had. And he's going to switch back into Jirachi, but Leaf Storm, being the awesome move it is going to take Jirachi out of the match, giving me first blood. So after all the switching and pivot tempos and blah, 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 I finally freaking knock out a Pokemon of Ryu's. So Jirachi was it. Now he's going to go ahead and go for Tangrowth. I probably could have kept Superior in here. I don't see Tangrowth doing too much, but then I remembered, hey, Tangrowth learns Hidden Power Rise. So I don't know if that would have taken Superior out, but I'm going to go ahead and switch it out just in case. And I'm going to bring in my Tornadus T again. And Hidden Power Rise is going to do an okay amount of damage, but I got Regenerator and I'm a Flying type. I know I can freaking take this Pokemon out should he decide to keep it in, but he's going to go ahead and switch, which I knew, because you're not going to keep a Tangrowth in against a Tornadus. Bringing in his own Tornadus, Stealth Rock damage, doing what it does best, and I'm going to go ahead and U-turn, getting some Pivot Tempo, bringing in Tapu Koko. And here's where I mess up. So I mess up big time here, because I bring in Tapu Koko, and I could either go for the Dazzling Gleam or the Hidden Power Ice, because I know Garchomp is probably coming. Jirachi's out of the match, and he does not want to lose Tornadus. So I went for Hidden Power Ice, and let me tell you why that's a bad idea. He's got a Mega Tyranitar, and there's not a lot on my team that can deal with that damn thing. So Hidden Power Ice is definitely going to take Garchomp out, putting me ahead 2 Pokemon, and the crit didn't even matter. But Mega Tyranitar is going to come in, and the thing that ticked me off about this is when I was doing my Mega Tyranitar breakdown, I didn't catch a break like this. I could not get a chance to set up Mega Tyranitar. I kept going against teams that would either just counter him or were too dangerous for me to even set up on him. And friggin' Ryu challenges my ass at 6 o'clock in the morning, and he gets a chance to set up Mega Tyranitar. So I switched because Hidden Power Ice was not going to do anything to this Pokemon, even though I really got no wall for this freaking thing. He's going to go ahead and get a Dragon Dance up. It's in the sand. Its special defense is boosted. I know Flash Cannon is not going to do crap to this Pokemon, but I got to get some damage on it. Stone Edge, Dodge, Duck, Dip, Dive, Dodge from Heatran. Luckily enough, Flash Cannon is going to come in, and Tyranitar just kind of laughs at it. So that sucked. Now I gotta hope that Stone Edge misses again or doesn't take it out after a Dragon Dance, but it takes Heatran out after a +1 attack, +1 speed for Mega Tyranitar. So here's what I should have done. I ended up going for Combo, just thinking I know I couldn't set up, but I also don't want to lose Mega Tyranitar. Don't want to lose Combo just yet because again I was trying to do this for a combo breakdown and it just didn't work out. So Ice Punch taking Superior out of the match. And now I'm kind of in a bind here, but what I should have done, I did not know that Mega Alakazam outspeeds this damn thing, even after a +1. So I should have gone with Mega Alakazam, risk the Focus Blast, hopefully I would have taken it out, and then, you know, the match would have gone on. But that's not the case here. Or, you know, I could have just gone with Dazzling Gleam against that freaking Garchomp, because he wouldn't have brought Tyranitar in if I used Dazzling Gleam over Hidden Power Ice. Now, I decided to bring in Alakazam, but the stupid idiot I am, bringing him in now after Sandstorm's gone, I'm going to copy the Sandstream with Trace's ability, and I'm going to start a Sandstream up again, bringing his special defense back to where it's freaking buffed. Oh, this sucks. So yeah, bad plays on my part, because I really just helped him out, like, big time. Like, beyond big time, I helped him out. Oh well. Now I'm bringing in my Tornadus T, and Ice Punch is definitely going to take Tornadus T out of the match here. So he pretty much got a Tyranitar sweep, because all I have left is Combo. So yeah, this sucked. I never got this opportunity to set up a Tyranitar and sweep an entire team like this. Ice Punch, thinking it's going to take Combo out of the match, but Combo lives with 9 health. Nom 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 on that berry. I finally got that freaking thing to work to raise my speed, and a Drain Punch hitting Tyranitar for ×4 weakness to get some HP back and not worry about it too much. But yeah, he's got a Tangrowth within Power Ice. He's got a Tornadus. There's no coming back from this. Because I would need, yeah, there's no coming back from this. I'm going to go ahead and substitute. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction, so I'm going to substitute, and I'm just going to let the Sandstorm take Combo out of the match. Hidden Power Ice from a Tangrowth, breaking the substitute, and hey, he didn't take me out. Combo took himself out. So the sand from my freaking Mega Alakazam buffeting my Combo in the face and taking it out. Oh well. Good game, Ryu. That's a fun game. Fun game for 6 o'clock in the morning. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. The combo breakdown is coming. I'm just trying to get it together, trying to get some opportunities. Thanks, I appreciate it, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe. Join my Discord. It's awesome. Later, everyone.